Hey, how's it going? It's time for another joint. All right, we're gonna be doing the bridle joint today. And this one is stupid simple because you don't have to measure anything. You just have to make sure that your stock is the same thickness. That's it. Everything else you can do without measuring and get these results. So let's go over to the table saw. Make this happen real quick. Here's what you're gonna need. Your wood, miter slot, and for safety, a standing push stick so that you can cut a piece this way, like that. All right, so the way this is made, it's a tenon and two cheeks. That's what they're called, and they run all the way through. And generally it's a good idea to cut both a little long, just so that you can clean up the edges and you don't fall short. So here's how you go about doing that. Now, if you want to do a very specific measurement, you can. Generally, a rule of thumb is to keep your tenon at about 1/3, plus or minus whatever. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring our blade down to what looks like 1/3. That looks good to me. And then we're gonna take our fence, and we're gonna bring it over, because we're gonna use our fence. So we're gonna bring the table saw in, and we're gonna have it so that there is just a little bit hanging over. That's gonna make sure that our tenon is a little longer than it needs to be. Now, we're gonna use our fence as a reference, and it's okay to use your fence as a reference because we're doing a plunge cut and there's nothing to get stuck. Now, you could do the back and forth passes thing, and that works, but I like to creep up on the blade and move it back and forth. I find that just gives me a cleaner cut. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right. Looking good. Now we're going to turn it off. We don't need our miter anymore. All right, so this piece, this fence, is real simple. It's just a little handheld. It's got a little block. Lets you push along the fence, lets you hold a piece. You can build one that has a wrap around, but you just take it like that. So that's how that goes. So we're gonna get our piece on here, and we're gonna take our tenon, and we are going to move it so that we are just inside our tenon. The next step is to bring the blade up to this height, which, as you can see, is slightly longer than the piece. All right, and now we're good to go. Once again, no measuring was done. Now, if you're not comfortable doing this, you can always clamp this piece to this guide, and you can also build your guide to have a leg over so that it's a little more stable, but I don't have any issue doing this. All right, turn the piece around. All right, now we're going to bring our fence in so we can clear out that waste. Let's take one more. And now we're going to test fit. And we are a little snug right now, so we're going to bring it back. That feels like a hair. just like that, you've got a nice snug fit. Now, if your piece is, you want to be able to put it on with hand pressure. That's pretty much the gist of it, because if you have too little pressure, the glue won't have any good contact and that'll cause you problems. And again, by cutting it long, it lets you clean up these edges so they're not short, so that you can sand them off, get them flush. That's it. No measuring. That's the way I like to work. So there we go. All right, thanks for joining me. Week 2 down, another joint. Let me know what you think of the joint. Let me know if you like it. It's a pretty easy one to set up. It's nice when you can do something without measuring. Stay tuned this weekend. Coffee table build, coffee table giveaway. It's happening. And along with another Mandalorian plaque that I'm making. So I look forward to seeing you then. See you on the next one.